Good morning. It's make some repairs kind of morning. So this sensor right here has been giving Dad some trouble, throwing some codes, derating the engine every now and then. So we had gotten one. Got that changed. So he's ready to go. Needs fuel. Phil's doing something on the dryer. I don't really know what. But our bin is full, so we've got to switch bins, and I need to get the combine and get fuel. All right, we're over at the field. Phil's gonna empty the cart into the truck, take that back, put it in the dryer. We're gonna take the combine back to the farm. We need fuel, and then we'll hopefully be able to get started shelling soon after that. I know you can't read that. 311. She's thirsty, but we cover a lot of ground. It is gallons per acre, not gallons per hour or gallons per day of fuel that you're using that matters. Or even better yet, gallons per bushel harvested. That is the key metrics there. So I don't care that we use a lot of fuel as long as we cover a lot of ground. Anyway, back to the field we go. Let's get started for the day. All right, I'll have to show you the map when we get back in the combine, but this is what we've got to do here yet. We did kind of back here in this triangle last night, but we have a lane on the far end that we like to pull off of, and so that means we got to get our grain cart. Oh look, an ear of corn, a half an ear of corn. Did I make it? Nope. Oh well. That means we got to get our grain cart to the far end of the field. So I started down there and did a round on those ends on the far side. Came down along here, and now we've got to drive the grain cart down there and then walk back. All right, we are back in the combine. Can you guys see how there's a little hill right in front of us? Just a little up, and it drops off that way, and then we'll get over it and it drops off big time. This was beans last year. This hill was so wet when we were out here combining beans. With this combine, we could not make it up this hill. We came down this little draw, and when we started sliding down the hill, we were literally drifting the combine down the hill sideways because the ground was so wet we couldn't hardly make it. We couldn't make it up. There was a little patch of beans on the top of this hill that I never actually got because I went at it from three sides trying to get them, and I couldn't actually climb this hill. Crazy how much different our conditions are this year. But here then we drop down in the low ground, just totally different than what we were last year. And oh man, it's so much nicer harvesting in dry dirt than wet dirt. I am going back through my old videos trying to find the video where we did that last year. I think I found it, but I'm still watching through it, so I'll let you know in a second.
Your dad, you were doing that.
Yeah, I remember trying to get the beans on the top of this hill crest 3 different ways because I couldn't make it up the hill. I kept sliding down with the combine.
I remember this side. I remember over to the north farther.
Dusty. I wiped my windows off. I did not wash them off. Should have washed them. Oh well, we're getting our one unload on the go pass in here for now. Then Phil should have a full truckload and take off. Brock will be here today. He said after lunch. It's 10:45 now, so it'll be a couple hours. But I think we can work in here okay without running the cart on the go for a little while at least. It was video number 540, posted on November 5th. It was November 4th we were out combining the beans last year. Today is October 14th, and we're doing the corn this year. Totally different ground conditions. That was nightmarish just watching that to relive it. So if you feel like remembering last harvest, go check out video number 540. Starts about 17-minute mark when we're in that spot in that field, drifting down the side of it. But yeah, that was an adventure. So anyway, we're gonna keep moving here. Phil got that first truck loaded, parked the cart here for us. We're gonna keep combining and filling it, hoping that he can keep up a little bit. Yeah. We've got 58 acres done at like 95, so just under 40 to go in this field. It'll take us a little while, but we'll get there. So we're working over here now. Gonna work across. Those trees are right here, and yeah, fill that in. So we've got a wet hole out here that we've got to work around that we don't farm. So we'll got another round or two to get up to that, and we'll see how it goes. Well, that was rude. I was just fine. until I turn and hit a bump. Oops. So the big wet spot we farm around is back there. It's really a muck pocket more than a wet spot. This one up here, this is a relatively new development. This is a wet spot. It was one of those spots that was so wet we couldn't harvest the beans last year kind of deal. Think I can drive across it now? Or should I bail and turn around now? I'm sure I can drive across it actually, but I think we're gonna turn around and bail out here anyway because we're trying to get some end rows opened up. Don't look at that one. Don't look at that row. Ignore that. Ignore it. We have a half a row of shame. I caught it halfway through the field, so it's only a half, but it's a row of shame. That's a miscount. Hurry, clean it up before anybody sees it. You watch. I wasn't off. No, I was. I know I was, but I wasn't. I'll have another one on the other side of the field, probably. Alright, so here's another wet hole that we've got, and we've got some end rows in here. And that's what I've been trying to do, is open up a spot here so I can do these end rows. So, we got it. Well, I figured out where our row went. Can you see that? We were missing one there. We're missing a row. That's good. That means over there, we're right. But I got these short rows right in here done. A little bit to do back over here yet, and then we just got to fill in the block. That's what's over there. Well, we've made it into long enough rows that I can't make a round. We are full, and we trickled a little bit of corn out there on the platform. Not a big deal, but Phil's here unloading the cart, but he's having U-harvest scale issues, which is par for the course. Sounds normal, so I gotta see if I can help him get that figured out. Brock should be here any time. It's almost 1 o'clock. He told me noon, so I don't know. But he had a meeting or something. Maybe it ran long. He got it. The U-harvest box quit making its Wi-Fi connection. It's a really dumb system, but basically there's a box in the cab that plugs into the ISO box or ISO bus system on the tractor that's getting the data. So it can be on the ISO bus or on the iPad, but it's got to go through that box and it has to be on, and it has to create a Wi-Fi network in order to connect the iPad. But if the box isn't powered on, it does this U-harvest Lite thing where it won't actually record loads instead of actually doing what we want it to do. And it's a real pain, and it doesn't work frequently. Well, this is getting frustrating. I came over by the trees because I thought, oh, yield less, I'll be able to make it farther. But the rows are longer, and I did not make it around, and we were still full, and Brock is still not here. I need a grain cart for the rest of this, so what do? Do we pull out and go somewhere else? Wait for him? Keep pecking away at it? I don't know. So I think we've got just under 20 acres to do in this field. It is a really nice, bright, sunny day out. I am questioning whether or not we should maybe run soybeans today. I hadn't planned on it. My thought process was to wait, let them mature a little bit more, and get to them on the middle of next week. It's supposed to be a chance of rain on Monday and maybe Tuesday, and then nice after that, although cool. And my thought was just wait till Tuesday or Wednesday. But we could probably get them done between now and Monday if we started this afternoon. And it looks like great bean running weather. Maybe we should just do that. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. Oh, look. Finally, we've got a grain cart driver. Oh, that's good. That'll speed things up a little bit here, although we don't have very much left. We're 10 acres, 15 acres. So this field is very wavy. We're going down a dip and we're up and down, up and down. You got to be pretty careful with the cart and the auger to not hit. Why did he turn around there? Now we're going to run out of room. Oh well. But I have broken augers off of, or boots off of augers on grain carts in this field before, although not this combine or this grain cart. So we have a little more clearance now than we used to. Come on, grain cart man. Come on, come on. We have just about made it here. One more round, or maybe a round and a half, or 3 passes here, I think. But when we're done here, we're gonna go over there. We've got a bean field over there. See it? That's a bean field. It's full of giant ragweed, but it's a bean field. So we're gonna go look at those beans and see. That had some of that later maturing variety, 3.3 beans in it that weren't quite ready the other day. In that field over there across the road that we pulled out of. Oh yeah, you can't see there at all. But anyway, if they're good to go, we're gonna go do beans, I think, and we're gonna do that field. We're gonna finish that one, and then we've got another one down the road here about a mile and a half that we're gonna try and do as much as we can. I need 2 really big days running beans. It is already almost 3 o'clock, so we aren't gonna have a really big day today, so I don't think I can do it in 2 days. But we'll see. If we could get a good start on them today, we could finish the beans on Sunday pretty easily, and then get back into corn and just focus on doing the corn. I would love to be done with beans, so let's do it while we've got the weather to do it, I guess. Done. Finished. What did we end up there? 91 acres is all. Huh. Thought we had a few more than that. Oh, well, we didn't do all of this between the poles and the road. That's why. Lost a couple acres there this spring by not planting that, so that's fine. No big deal. We're going to check these beans. This bean field right across the road is what I want to go and do next, but I got to check them, make sure that they're ready. Brock's taking the truck, going back to the farm, and going to bring a header cart over, but I'm fairly confident we can run them. I just thought we better take a look before we just jump in there and do it. So let's go see what we got. See, this kind of stuff is what I'm concerned about. Those are still too green, but if it's just a couple here and there, I don't care what's on. These all look good. There's 2 different varieties out here. You can see the color difference. And I'm sure that variety will go. It's this darker brown one that are the fuller season beans that I'm just wanted to look questioning. But from what I see here, yeah, we're good to go. The pod's cracked right open. I imagine. Yeah. Beans crunch. They're dry. Let's do beans. Let's see. Can we get we might be able to do 100 acres of beans yet today. Let's try. Alright, well, while I was waiting, I got the head unhooked. I got our stalk stompers that we have to remove. The one, I set it up there. Flip the other one for the tires on the header cart, and I switched the combine over to beans from corn, which is really easy to do. It takes like 3 minutes. You gotta pull the chopper knives out, change the speed of the chopper, move the deflector door for the chopper, and switch it from low speed to high speed in the rotor. That's it. That's all it takes. Look at that big old ear of corn we almost lost, hanging right off the front there. We'll just tuck those up in there so we don't lose them. We'll sell that corn for bean price. All right, back to beans. Holy crap, this head is huge. Brock's gonna pull our trailer out of the way. We're gonna make sure we've got all our settings right. Go high speed here. We want 16 is good, 650, sure, 1050, 17.6, perfect. All right, so it just does it. When I tell it we're doing beans, it just changes it. It's awesome. And make sure we got our field set up right. We do. Soybeans, time to go. Right over here. Okay, back to beaning. They're a little wetter than I thought they would be. We'll see if that changes when we get out there. It's gonna change. They're gonna get drier, but yeah, so there's a 16 there. 15.2 average. There's some greener ones along the trees and the dips, and then they get a little better on the hills, and yeah, whatever. It is what it is. We're gonna combine them. Doesn't really concern me. None of these are going in our bin, so not a big deal. But yeah, we're gonna go here. These may not be our best beans. In fact, they will not be our best beans, but that's okay. If these are 60 bushel beans, I'm happy. Remnants of the wet spring. The beans are drying. Well, kind of. Some of them are drying. Right here, they're not. Focus. Come on, camera. 14.9 it says our average, but out here it'll be running in the 13s quite a bit. Once it drop. Well, maybe not. Mid 60s on the yield. We'll take that. Now, Yellow is good. Green is okay. Dark red is not. A moisture map there. Bright red is even better. We're about done with this one variety. You can see we're right on the color change and the blended beans there. The moisture is all over the place. It said 12.5 a second ago and it said 18 a minute ago. It's just all over. So I don't know. Hopefully when we get out of this brown variety, that one is a little bit more mature. But this variety is what everything else is, the rest of our fields. So yeah, is what it is, I guess, at this point. And we just hope they keep drying. The sun and the wind is helping. But I would prefer that they be under 15% if possible. We're doing a little strategic blending here. I kind of saw these green ones on the ends, so I did not do all of these ends, waiting until I got to this other variety, hoping that they're drier. So now we're there. We'll combine a few of these and try and make a pass up and blend them a little bit so we don't get hit for, they got to be wetter than that. 17% beans. I would think they're 20 plus, but what do I know? I feel like I'm getting stuck. Oh gosh. It's going to be interesting to see those tracks when we turn around and come the other way. We're in that muck. This is one of the biggest, worst muck holes that we've got, evidenced by the giant ragweed. I hate it. I hate farming through it. It's soft. You can just feel everything floating, and I seriously didn't think I was going to make it through there. And it is dry. That's the problem with muck. You can't farm it too wet, and you really can't farm it too dry. And we are definitely pushing the too dry side of stuff right now. On the good side, or kind of good side, this other variety is much drier, 12.2, so we'll be able to do a little blending and get the average down. Well, let's see what we get this time. Maybe I didn't have any ruts. It sure as heck felt like I was sinking over there. And I need to wash my windows. I'm sorry, guys. I know you can't see anything. Huh. Well, all the beans in the back here are done. There's a wet hole that we farm around, and then there's the ragweed patch that we are going to abandon so that I don't have to combine all of that. There are a few beans on the other side there, but I can't get to them without combining through all that, and I'm not combining through all of that. So we'll have enough of it to do up there. That's not as thick as it looks from here, so I think we can get it. Total spray program failure here. And the reason, I mean, we did get our normal herbicides on that we put on everything, but like I was saying yesterday, the organic matter in the soil kind of breaks them down, and they don't, the residuals don't last. That, and we have a tremendous seed bank here because this ground raises ragweed so well that they just kind of build up the seed pressure or the weed pressure over time, and they're extremely difficult to control. We need to spray it more frequently is what needs to happen with Liberty and Enlist. Even glyphosate kills this stuff still for us. But we don't like to spray it because of this muck in the ground and the fact that you feel like you're going to get the sprayer stuck every time you come in it, and it's not fun. This is why we need a drone sprayer. These weeds wouldn't be here if we had a drone sprayer, because then I could spray this and feel comfortable doing it. Whew, that one was ugly. But we got it done. Now all we got to do is get across the muck and back to our grain cart. Those are the worst beans we have run yet. 56 bushel average, which, I mean, 56 is not horrible. But it's not very good for this year. It's not very good. So we have that other partial field that's over that way, and we can get to it via fields that we already have combined, so we don't have to drop the head, which is good. Oh gosh. Yeah. Come on, baby. Not only was all this muck terrible, the variety change showed up big time on there. I'm surprised by that. Okay, here's the next field. We've just got these. This was a different variety. We combined part of this, I don't even remember when it was, 4, 5, 6 days ago, something like that. We're hoping these are drier. Right now they're drier. They're better beans over here, running back up in the 70s. What's our field average? 65, so yeah, that's good. We'll watch that moisture. I have a feeling when we dip down into these dips or get back along the trees, they're going to be wet. Hopefully we can blend them together. But they were so wet we couldn't even harvest them when we were in here before. I tried over there, and I promptly plugged up my tailings system. So, yeah, we're gonna do this. You guys think he'll come and do mine? Whoa, whoa. Look at him, washing the mirrors. Good work, bud. Well, it's been a while since I filmed anything, so I thought I'd better update you guys. We're combining beans, working our way across here. Finished up the rows over there by the trees. That was some of this stuff back in here. Now these long rows going this way. And we've got some of this stuff back in the woods, back over there on the other side of the cart. And then there's a little piece that juts out over there, which is this one. So we're getting to almost done here. There's not a ton left. We're up to 53 acres out of the 65 in this field. So a little over 10 acres to go here yet. I believe Brock's got that truck up there by the road pretty well full. Phil came and took another one into town. The elevator closes at 7. It is 6:45 right now. So he will not get another one in, but we can put 3 loads in the overhead if necessary. And we can fill trucks, and we can fill a cart. We can keep going for a while yet. Okay, we just got back there in the woods, and this up here, right here to do. We're gonna start there. It's about that time for lights, and Brock is just sitting there in a cart without doing anything. He has no reason to turn lights on, so I'm gonna lose to him. However, hold on, however. So maybe, oh yeah, see him over there? Do you see those lights over there? Over there by that house? That's Dad. Dad's chiseling. He's running the ripper. Oh gosh, get the head down. Okay. Zoom back out so you guys can see something. There we go. He's over there hiding behind the dust in the house, but he's got his lights on. So, I at least beat him. But let there be lights. Okay, we are done here. It is 7:30. I would like to move and keep going tonight. I think we can do it. So I'm going to push for that pretty hard here, but we got to get everything home and moved and just do it. So field ended up decent, 66. We'll take that on this field. It's not a great farm, but better than the last one we were in, I guess. So we'll go get the combine unloaded up here. I don't know if that truck's got room on it or not. Probably is full. And our header cart is kind of way down there. We'll have to take the semi back to the farm and get it picked up and get stuff moved around. Okay, we got the head dropped and we are off to the next field. Brock's got to go. Whoa, too fast. Brock's got to go around the block for where we're going so that the head's facing the right direction. And yeah, we'll keep her moving here. All right, well, that was a pretty quick move. I'm opening up some end rows, and they're kind of wet. Like we're averaging over 17. So we're going to open it up, and we're going to make a pass through the middle. We got a couple other things to talk about on why these beans are so thin. But if they're not going to be drier than that, we aren't going to keep combining these. We'll have to pull out of here and quit. That's not going to work. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Hurry up, grain cart man. He's still on the road. I need to unload. Well, shoot. It is not looking good for us combining these beans here tonight. I wanted to make a pass across the middle, which we are doing right now. And they're still 18%. I'm not going to combine 18% beans. We're just not going to do it. If they were 15 or under, I would go, but they're not. So we're probably going to call it here. I am going to make a pass over there. We have a variety change over here. And yeah, so about those. You guys remember we had a little spray chemical mishap this summer. Oh crap, yeah, these are way too wet. Tailings is full. Gonna clean out on its own though, so that's good. I didn't plug it up, but anyway, we had a little spray mishap. So that variety is the variety that we had on a different farm. The ones that we combined last week. Was that last week? Earlier this week? I don't know. The 80 bushel beans, the ones that were really good. That was that variety. We had a few more than what fit in that field, so Phil planted them out over here because they're a similar maturity to these beans that are different. And those are an Extend Flex. These are an Enlist. We ended up getting a little bit of Enlist sprayed on the Extend Flex beans. That really dinged them. knocked them back. They are not going to be very good, but it didn't quite kill them all off. So there are still some there. Kind of was hoping to get them out of there tonight so we don't have to look at them anymore, but I don't know if that's going to happen. This variety here is, see, now here it's down to 14.5. Like, what the heck happened? How does that change so fast? Let's look at our moisture map. Yeah, anything in the dark red is no good. Even the orange there is no good. If it's green or yellow, we're okay. And all of a sudden, 15, 16, they're still wet. They're still too wet. Shoot. So this farm here, this field and the one next to it is all this variety, or these full season beans here. They were a little bit later planted, but this is 100 acres of what we've got left. And this is the biggest chunk of what we've got left. I was really hoping to get them done today and tomorrow. Doesn't look like that's gonna be happening though. Okay, so I moved over here. We skipped 2 passes. Now we're in that other variety that got dinged. And you can see areas like this, they actually didn't do too bad. But then you got thin spots like this where they are pretty bad. So, and appears they're still wet. We'll give that a minute, let everything work through the system. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get beans back through, but I think we're gonna end up calling it here. Bummer. I was really hoping to get something done here. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Yeah, this is not good. These will be our worst beans. Fortunately, it's only like 13 acres here on the side of this field. It's just not enough to get super concerned about. They didn't yield so hot. Go figure. Yeah, that's gonna bite there a little bit, but oh well. Too wet. We've done, what did we do? 7.5 acres. Average moisture is 16.8, and we may be a little on the low side. I don't know, but we're done. We're out of here. So I'm gonna go park the combine, and yeah, we'll call it. Well, bummer. I was looking forward to getting a bunch of acres done here tonight and tomorrow. Neither of which is gonna happen. So now we gotta reevaluate a little bit. I think we have 30 acres of beans down the road that we could potentially run. I'd have to go look at the last field. There's a 72 acres. It was kind of the last, I don't know if it was the last one's planted, but they got replants in it. It was the only field that we had really any replants in. Whether any of those replants lived and are still there is a good question. I don't know if we could run those or not. But I do know that we can't do what we wanted to here. So it's either chase some beans and then have to wait on these longer, chase some other ones somewhere else, or we switch back to corn. And if we're gonna switch back to corn, we go north and do the irrigated corn. I don't know, maybe we should do that. I think Brock's gonna be around. Dad still needs to do some ripping. He might be able to get the stuff with the chicken litter done tomorrow, but he's got more to do now that we ran some more beans. There's another 60, 120, 40, 160 acres anyway that he can run or chisel on top of the 100 that he's got to do yet or more. So he's got a solid 2-3 days of ripping to do. I don't know. What should we do? Let's talk to Phil, see what he thinks. All right, we started the dryer back up. Phil had shut it down. I'm gonna watch it, meaning I'm gonna go home and come back at 11 midnight and shut it down. So anyway, thanks for watching today. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you have any questions and comments, leave them down below. Tomorrow, last chance for the 15% off with Farm Focused. Harvest 22. It's not 15% off, it's 22% off. Why do I keep saying that? I don't know why. Anyway, 22% off, Harvest 22. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. We may shell irrigated corn, but I can't guarantee that. I have no idea. I'm really upset and disappointed that those beans were as wet as they are. So it is what it is. We're probably gonna shell corn. I can't guarantee where. It just, that irrigated stuff is an all hands on deck kind of situation because it's far enough away that It's long haul trucking. You really need 2 people trucking, somebody in the grain cart, somebody in the combine. I don't really want to be a truck driver, but I would have to be that in that situation. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So have a great night. I'll see you in the morning.